31st Voyage, recorded from the autoplay loop of a forgotten satellite vlog. I crash-landed on a world made of pixels and performance, a planet where reality uploads hourly, and everyone's soul has a subscriber count. Youtubetopia, land of the loud, kingdom of clickbait, ruled by the algorithm supreme, a glowing cube that judges all by engagement and retention. The natives wore ring lights like halos, spoke in jump cuts, and worshipped the Holy Trinity. Like, subscribe, notify. I met a prophet with a GoPro forehead and a ring light heart. He spoke thus: the thumbnail is the truth. The thumbnail is life. The thumbnail is a lie that gets you 3.2 million views. I tried to speak, but was demonetized for inadequate vibe optimization. They gave me a chance to appeal, but first I had to complete the creator journey, which involved a prank war with a sentient toaster, a 24-hour live stream inside a cryogenic beanbag, and a tearful apology video for offending the algorithm by having new ones. Children were born with ring lights and catchphrases. Love was measured in collabs. War was fought in the comments. A man died mid-reaction video. They gave him a posthumous play button and monetized the funeral with pre-roll ads for VPNs and self-actualization gum. I searched for knowledge, found tutorials on how to fake it. I searched for meaning, found a mukbang of someone eating their own past selves with ranch dressing. I tried to leave, but my rocket was trapped in an endless autoplay. Every attempt to escape was followed by Olga destroys space travel with facts and logic gone cosmic. Exposing Olga Ordina? Is she even real? You won't believe it, number 7. So now I exist as content, a playlist, a loop, an infinite scroll. Remember me, not with tears, but with engagement. Smash that like, smash that subscribe, smash your mirror. You're already here. The 32nd Voyage found carved into the side of a return package marked Soul mildly used. I awoke in Amazon primeval, a rainforest rebuilt from cardboard and capitalism, a jungle that hums not with insects, but with fulfillment centers. The trees were giant shelving units, the vines were conveyor belts, and the rivers flowed with discounted electrolytes. I was greeted by a prime shaman, dressed in bubble wrap robes, his face lit by the glow of a warehouse handheld scanner. "Welcome, Olga," he said with barcode breath. "Here, we track not stars, but packages. Here, the gods deliver." He offered me a ceremonial trial, same-day ascension, if I passed the 9 steps of optimization. Breathe in the algorithm of Bezos. Wrestle a returned instant pot. Assemble a sacred office chair with no instructions, only faith, and survive a 3-minute pitch for a podcast I didn't ask for. The villagers had tribal names like "suggested for you." Only 3 left in stock, and customers also bought. They chanted to the sky, hoping the drone gods would descend with prophecy or limited time deals. At night, they danced around flaming echo dots, telling tales of the old times before the great subscription, when humans haunted truth instead of trackable fulfillment. I found love in a return bin. We connected over defective toasters, but she was back-ordered. Emotion? Currently unavailable. Estimated delivery? Never. I tried to flee, but the jungle reconfigured. My steps rerouted by predictive analytics. I was offered an easier path through checkout. I declined. They offered Prime Plus. I declined. They offered identity reconstruction with free returns. I clicked maybe later. They clicked me. So here I remain in the warehouse of the world, itemized and shrink-wrapped, marked fulfilled by existence. Please rate this voyage 1 star. Did not match description. So, this is the 36th voyage, told in a transcendent, grounded, cosmic, yet deeply human voice. A meditative transmission. No urgency, no laugh track, just presence, paradox, and a little galactic giggle. So this is the 36th voyage. Be here now, unless here is a black hole. Oh yeah, this is transcribed from Olga's inner stillness while orbiting a particularly contemplative moon. So I arrived on a planet that did not exist. It was called Earth, and yet it was made entirely of stories about what Earth was. Every being I encountered was a traveler, pretending not to be one, clothed in personality, armored in biography, aching with a desire to be somewhere else, someone else, or simply further along. But you see, there's nowhere to go. Even warp drives take you right back to yourself, just faster. So I sat, not out of fatigue, but out of surrender. I watched a man yelling at traffic while listening to a mindfulness podcast. I watched a woman cry because her smoothie had too much kale and not enough meaning. And I smiled because I remembered the chaos is the curriculum. You don't fix Earth, you beat Earth. You love the mess into clarity. I met a guru in the parking lot. He was wearing Crocs and holding a clearance yoga mat. He told me, Olga, the universe is just God, playing hide and seek with itself. And you're the part that forgot it was always it. Then he Venmo'd me a mantra and vanished into a Trader Joe's. I laughed until I was empty. Then I cried until I was full. Eventually, I tried to leave the planet, but the ship wouldn't start. It turns out the ignition required total presence, and I was still trying to be somewhere holier, smarter, further out. So I stayed, and when I finally stopped trying to arrive, I noticed I'd been home the whole time, even in khakis, even in traffic. So now I drift joyfully, not through galaxies, but through awareness, moment to moment, being Olga when Olga rises, being stardust when that feels more honest, and when someone asks me what I've learned in all my voyages, I tell them, you don't need a spaceship to get to the stars. You just need to sit down, breathe, and remember, you already are one. Be here now, even if here is a moon made of recycled thoughts and questionable Wi-Fi. So listen, the first rule of Interstellar Fight Club is you do not mention causality loops. And the second rule is you do not mention causality loops. Because when you crash land on a rogue moon orbiting a black market meditation satellite, the beings there don't speak, they just punch, right? And at night I had dreams of myself beating me up, sometimes as a Martian child, sometimes as my mother, once as a vending machine that refused to give me my tweaks. This is enlightenment, someone growled through a mouthful of gravity. So, wearing a tank top made of stardust and smirks, he said, "You are not your escape pod, you are not your galactic coordinates, and you are not the stupid little log entries you write to keep yourself from screaming." So it turned out that some things aren't real. Without the need to be a Voyager, without the lie, the exploration was still noble and not just a way to outrun grief in zero gravity. I left the moon, not fixed, not transcended, but bare. The ship wouldn't start until I stopped pretending I was the pilot, so I sat in the wreckage, bleeding and grinning, and I whispered, "I am Olga's abandoned storyline. I am Olga's self-deleted monologue. I am Olga's last fist, clenching around nothing and calling it purpose. You go home, but home's not where you land. It's where you finally stop fighting the version of you who never wanted to leave." We're currently in Indiana and I'm about to switch, go to sleep and wake up at the border, and then we're gonna be back in Canada. Alright, so we completed our delivery. We're back now at the yard and I'm just wrapping things up and I'm heading back home in a few minutes shortly.